Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. I'm Bray, and I've given up people enough time to get in here for Game of Day, May Day 23. We're playing The Messenger. It's a really cool 8-bit game, or like 8-bit, 8 to 6-bit. I'm just completely flustered. Sorry. It's inspired by Ninja Gaiden and other NES style games of the era. It's got a good difficulty to it. It's one of the first games that Dad beat in its entirety as far as like these past couple of years for more modern indie releases. It's something that I look forward to. I've definitely looked forward to covering this on the channel for a while, but you know, it's taken its time. We're still in the introduction. This game just has a fantastic soundtrack, and you know, like a lot of indie games that have come out in recent time, it's just so inspiring for new programmers and new game designers to be able to come into the field and you know, kind of know what they're going for. At least like what they should aspire to be. A project like this really is where you want to have your project. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I think it was crowdfunded, I do believe, and it's got a lot of groundswell over the years. It has I don't think it ever really got its flowers in like the public sense. I feel like, you know, some people played it, but at the same time, I don't know if people really appreciated quite what this game truly has accomplished. The style, it really does recreate and fulfill that kind of love that people in Dad's generation have for this style of difficult ninja platformer, like Ninja Gaiden, or I think, what's the one for Genesis? There's one for Genesis that I don't remember what it's called. I'm just glad to be showcasing those games that are, you know, important to the industry. Those indie games that sometimes didn't get the proper recognition that they deserve. This game has a lot of replayability as well for those of you who I think it has a second journey type thing, or there's some sort of like, I don't know if there's a trophy for it, or no, it's just there's a lot of secret things that you can find while you're going, so you can kind of backtrack and go and find things that you've missed. So there's a little bit of collectibles and stuff. Ah, the Messenger. I wasn't expecting you so soon. What? Is this the place? This is the shop. It doesn't look like a shop. Do I look like a shopkeeper? Anyways, so this mystic character who will be mentoring and supporting you on your epic quest to save the world. All you need to do is take the scroll to the top of the faraway mountain, where 3 sages from my order will be waiting for you. Your order? Slow down. That was way too much text for one dialogue box. Look, just keep going eastwards, and make sure you grab all these time shards you see lying around. I can use them to upgrade your abilities and artifacts. First one is on the house. Enjoy. Nice. What's up, Dad?
What up, homie?
Just playing your favorite game, The Messenger.
Sweet.
Didn't you 100% this game on PlayStation?
I did, so I definitely think that that's one of the things that you can do as well, and I think that you would, with all your old school platforming goodness and seeing some of that stuff that you did with like Celeste, I'm telling you, it's like gonna be like cake for you.
Oh yeah, this game is definitely gonna bring a good bit of challenge, a good bit of replayability.
It's like if you take a game that's hard that you played, like we did freaking Explosion Man, you take Celeste, You take something like the Super Meat Boy.
What's
something-
up, Skippy?
Something that could really make you feel like you have like the weights on your ankles. Take those off, and you're gonna feel like that for about the first half of this game, and then it's gonna get you acclimated.
John guided.
It's gonna get you acclimated to how it moves, and then you're gonna start to be able to play with the toolkit, and you're gonna feel like you have a lot of freedom.
John guided. Never mind, just an acknowledgement I needed to get out of the way.
Especially also making sure that you
The
don't.
fourth wall breaking is crazy.
If you've not seen this game, you're gonna find that when he gets about halfway through, it gets even better. So I'm excited for you because you passively watched me beat the crap out of it. You were doing your own thing.
I don't even remember what I was playing at the time.
That's like why when you watched me play Red Dead 2, it wasn't one of those things that you really resonated with because you were still doing something else at the same time. We did that all the time before we were doing the channel. So
yeah, we were definitely multitasking, playing different games.
But yeah, I gotta go pick up the physical edition of Dave the Diver. I know that we're playing it, you say digitally, but we love to collect stuff here at the Vid-Bits, and it came out today or yesterday on Switch, and it's gonna be really rare because it's getting harder and harder to find Switch media nowadays.
Or just physical media in general. I've noticed that a lot of the big chains don't carry physical games anymore for anything.
And so I'm gonna go do some ripping and running almost as a way to also wind down. I'm still wired for sound, guys. If you don't know, just check out other videos that we've been doing recently, and I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, Dad is
Peace,
the
guys.
Dad is the #1 global Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Champs ranked player.
Can I correct you? We, the Vid-Bits, we are the champions. So when you are part of the Vid-Bits, you can know that you can say that
you can
won
revel
that
in
too.
the accomplishments
Please do.
yourself.
Attach it and say, hey, here's my subscription. This is the guy, and he is doing this for all of us because, some people can't actuate yet. I mean, when I was really infatuated with Pac-Man in my earliest ages, it was because I was a baby, so there's no way I was playing it. Obviously, I was messing around with the plushes and watching the Hanna-Barbera shows. So I'll see you guys later. Alright, create some good memories.
Yeah, this will be a
Bye,
fun.
Skip. I'm glad that you're hanging back on Gray's streams. I know that you were just avoiding him like the plague on purpose.
No, he had work. He had work responsibilities. It's the weekend. It's a lot easier for my guy Skippy to tune in. So he went out in the streets looking for a tea house to relax and accept the bad news. When he couldn't find any, he reckoned he probably wasn't the only one to wish there was a tea house in his small town. So he opened up his own. It really picked up, so he built many more and became rich in the process. One day, his accountant asked him to review a piece of document, to which he replied he didn't know how to read. The accountant, who couldn't believe his ears, said, "If you became a millionaire without knowing how to read, just imagine where you would be if you could read." "Oh, I know exactly where I would be," the rich man replied. "I would be a servant." The end. Oh, okay. What? I don't see how this applies to my adventure. It doesn't. You asked for a story. More like the long version of When Life Gives You Lemons. How would he even know that? Whatever. Alright, since you don't seem to appreciate me sharing some clever material for your next party, I suggest you move along. Well, it looks like I've done all my options. Did an upgrade. Please don't touch the cabinet. I bet there's gonna be something cool in the cabinet at some point. Climbing claws. Like a true ninja. Alright, give me 1 second here. Just making sure that the sound was good. I know sometimes things like this can be a little loud, so I'll actually just knock them each down a notch, just to make it sound a little better. Sometimes games can be a little loud, and I don't want the game to overpower, overpower my dialogue or anything. So just do a little bit of platforming here. I love platformers. They just, I don't know, they make you think. I don't have any, oh, I can, got that thing. Whatever that is. I just like the charm of this game. It really does remind me of Ninja Gaiden, and the fact that Dad beat it on was it on Switch or on PlayStation? No. I thought he beat it on Switch. I had to think about it for a second. I need some water. Speaking of that, I recommend that you guys hydrate yourselves. Drink a little bit of water if you need. Sometimes after a long day of work, or, you know, in our case, recording and streaming a lot of content, we forget to hydrate. So, you know, be sure to do that. Yeah, Skippy, I'm glad you appreciate the writing in this game. It's fantastic. So there's a save point. Now we're swimming. Like Dad said in one of the other streams, there is something very calming. There's something to be said about swimming. It's very relaxing. So we actually do have a poll up currently for Game of Day May Day 25. Just want you guys to know. So if you want to influence what we could possibly play, your vote does matter, because there aren't really there's only like a good 30 or 40 people who voted on it. So at this point, you know, you could change the outcome of the poll. Just letting you know. Is that a door? Oh, hello, my friend. Some beginning upgrades. Wait, let me make sure I understand these upgrades. That's the shuriken, and that's just more health. Cool. Well, I just wasted all the shurikens right off the bat, but that's okay. That's our ranged attack. Those fruits will heal us if we're low. Shout out to Devolver Digital for being one of the best publishing companies for the gaming industry. Honestly, like the fact that I see so many retro-inspired, you know, games that are releasing nowadays, and I'm like, that's an awesome-looking game. And then I look at it, it's like published by Devolver Digital. I'm like, they really know how to help grow some of the best indie talent. That's the word I was looking for. Like, they really put their eggs in the right baskets as far as game developers go. So shout out to Devolver Digital. Shout out to what's this studio called? Here, we can check on the Steam Deck real quick. This is Sabotage Studio. So shout out to Sabotage. This game has so much charm, so much style. Really good writing. It is something that we will definitely, you know, I'll definitely have as like a little comfort game, but, you know, I can't guarantee that it's gonna start up right after this, you know, Game of Day May, due to the fact that we have so many projects in the works, and it would require heavy demand, which I could see if that happened. I could see why people would be like, hey, do this instead of this thing that you're doing, and I could be like, I would have to ration it out in my head. But right now, you know, I'm working on Hollow Knight in my extra time. I'm working on Dark Souls actively every day, just to get myself ready for Elden Ring and the new DLC that's coming out. I mean, I have a good bit of time, but I still want to be ready in fighting trim, per se. Dad is finally like I said earlier, he is finally the #1 global player in Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Chomp Champs, which is just fantastic. He's been setting his mind to that, and that's what he accomplished. He realized he had the capacity to do it, he had the time, and it was the right place. It was like the right place and time, really, for it to happen. For him to knock that #1 player down and solidify himself as the second or third global champion. So that's something that he's kind of cemented himself in the history of this game, and he recorded every single game he played, so that's just a very awesome accomplishment. It may or may not be an overpowered upgrade. Anyway, I'll be in my shop. I'm sorry if I passively skip things. I'm really bad about that habit, and I will try my best to break that habit. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying my best to show off and enjoy the game. This is the first time I've died, so this is a good introduction to this guy. What happened? I almost died just there. Strictly speaking, you did. Huh? But how? My name's Corbel. Corbel? At your service. I'm the one who I'm the one you never would have met have you any skills. So pretty much insulting you. If you would have had any skill, you wouldn't have met me. The gist of it is, I have a magic ring that allows me to control space and time. So whenever you're about to die, I will appear to stop everything and teleport you back to the latest checkpoint. Explaining this away. Okay, what's the catch? Well, for one, you will still feel agonizing pain every single time. Also, I'm keeping track of your debt in my little notepad, so I'll stick around to steal your loot until either we're even or I'm bored. I mean, I can let you die if you prefer. It seems we have a deal. Glad we see eye to eyes. Carry on. Your favorite games on the poll? What game is it? Which game is your favorite game on the poll? I want to know. I'm glad that we happen to feature your favorite game on the poll, Skippy. Shout out to Steam. I got this game on sale for $5.99, which is a steal. But even at normal price, which I think is $20 or $30, I can't speak to it, but I think it's $20, which is not bad for an indie game, especially supporting a studio like this that put a lot of time and effort into this project. I can't be mad with the price point. I feel like it's definitely average priced. Not average. The average is way too expensive, so I guess it's fairly priced. Yeah, I vow to not skip any more text. I'm just very bad about that. There we go. New save point. Looks like you're almost at the end of this area. Did I forget to mention there is a giant leaf monster guarding the exit? You did. Ha! That look on your face. Don't worry, my dear adventurer. Leaf monsters only come out during a full moon. Oh! Is it a full moon right now? Yes. Oh, that's... I didn't mean to... Well... Good luck. That's all he has to say to us, huh? What's with the big mysterious chest? It appeared when you smashed your first power seal. You still need to smash 44 power seals to open that. Well, at least that's a goal. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I was just focusing really hard. Oh, I died. Shit. Well, luckily, there's a heal here, as well as a refill of ninja stars. Been pretty excited to play this game. I watched Dad play it, and he seemed to have a really good time with it. Beat the shit out of him. Ooh, shit. Well, now I have to wait for him to jump back down. Yeah! Yeah, buddy. That's what I like to see. Forlorn Temple. Ooh, very green. The catacombs, evidently. It's like, oh, you can't make that jump. Oh. I wish I could do like a weird voice for this little guy. I don't got it in me. Oh, you scared me. I thought you were an undead. What kind of creature are you? You've never seen a Phobekin? Like, whatever that is. A Phobekin? We are a tribe of builders. Technically, we're technically very hardworking, but every one of us is cursed by a unique fear, which we are named after. What's your name? Necro? It's the undead. Right. Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it? I was about to say that. Even if the character did say that, I was about to say that's pretty ironic. I fell while trying to repair the temple ruins above, and was instantly paralyzed by all this morbidity. Anyway, thanks for snapping me out of it. I really should get back to work. You could just teleport? That guy's pretty badass. He's underselling himself if he can just teleport like that. Sometimes I wish I could teleport. Oh, I almost just got a face full of spikes. No! Secret tunnel. There's a crystal. With a lot of monies. Money. Shit. That's very nice. Just a little bit of money and a little bit of health. Is this a boss? I'm down for a boss fight. Just a bunch of enemies there. Reckless abandon for the win! The soundtrack is just fantastic. I do not give a shit if we get demonetized. This is just one of those things, you know? Like Undertale. I knew going into it that video was going to get demonetized, but like that game is so fantastic. And, you know, if we would have just looked at the fact that, you know, if the video would have needed to make money, like, then we wouldn't have made such a good video. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I feel like people miss out on opportunities to make a really good video because they're worried about the video making money. Like, you have so many other opportunities to make money from other videos, like, or sponsorships or whatever it is, if you really do need that to help support your project. But like, at the same,
I fucking love you, kid.
Appreciate it, Dad. It's true though. I mean, like, okay, so. Got another one of those green coins. Rusty Bucket says, enjoyed Dad's Pac-Man video earlier. You have an awesome dad, brother. Aw, I do have an awesome dad. Start one level, next one starts immediately. Yeah, that's kind of how a lot of NES games were. Skippy the Bard says, W Pops. Yeah, you guys are awesome. This game is really fun. It is kind of, it's like, ooh, I got pinched. Well, that resets me somewhere else, right? Saves a little bit of time. A little bit of speed running tactic. A little, that sentence is not grammatically correct. that was a little bit of a speedrunning tactic. That would be a better way of phrasing that. I try to pride myself on good grammar and, you know, good vocabulary, but sometimes, especially when you're trying to play and talk at the same time, you know, you just jumble a bunch of words together, or you just say the wrong word entirely, which has happened a couple times. But that happens to the best of us. It's a learning process. Not everybody has perfect breath control and everything like that. He can talk and talk and talk and talk, and I'd be like so out of breath by that point. But I mean, he also has just a lot of experience in like, you know, speaking and stuff like that. But I digress. Just gonna move on to these and try to navigate these spikes. You just have to barely tap the button to avoid those spikes. But if you've played, you know, older platformers and, you know, more difficult NES games, you definitely know what to expect there. Mega Man taught me all I need to know about pixel platforming, and that was one of, if not my favorite game growing up. That's why Mega Man 2 is on this list, even though we did it last year for Season 1 of Game of the MA. You know, there's a reason we had to do it again. Just had to do it a bit more justice. It's, you know, one of those games that we can just come back to time in and time out and just really have a good time. I play it on, you know, when I'm traveling. If I'm in a plane, just play Mega Man 2 on my 3DS, and it's the perfect, for whatever reason, it's just like the perfect travel game for me, because if I'm sitting in the same spot for extended periods of time, I want to entertain myself with something. Rusty Bucket says my first game was Pong. Pops definitely remembers Pong. My dad is just so... I died, but that's alright. Dad's just so well versed in video game history. He certainly knows Pong. I know Pong. I think we're people who pride ourselves on video game, on knowledge of video game history. So Pong was one of those games that just, you know, was first popularized even the arcade format in general. You know, it was a big yellow box. And it was one of the most visually unappealing arcade games, and then it was ported to the Atari 2600, along with a lot of other games. Like my favorite 2600 game is Tempest, or you know, Combat's not bad. Combat's just a very basic answer. But yeah, I mean, there's a level of replayability to 2600 games, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's a developmental time, and there's a reason why the Atari generation caused the video game crash, and that's just due to the fact that Atari, you know, there was not the best quality assurance, and that's why some people believe that after predicting trends, that they think that if the lack of quality assurance continues in the modern age, there's going to be a new video game crash and a new loss of consumer confidence in the product because of certain companies' behaviors. We're not naming any names, but everyone knows who we're looking at. Everyone knows the elephant in the room. The people charging 80, 90, 100, you know, $150 for a deluxe edition, a deluxe edition that's all digital that you get no physical item for. At least back in the day, they used to give you cool little, you know, statues, cool little trinkets, you know, a game map, something awesome. Whereas now it's like, yeah, you're gonna pay all this money for a season pass and a bunch of digital content that nobody gives a shit about. Sorry, you're the one who paid for it, jackass. And I'm sorry, but until people stop supporting that shit, we're not gonna move forward. There's a reason all my money goes towards indie games that I'm seeing for the first time. I'll give them more of a shot than the most, you know, the most modern, you know, AAA title. The most AAA I go is the Souls games, and at least for right now, like, I like Red Dead, but it's not like you see me playing GTA 5 or, you know, anything like that. I'll go back and play the older titles from a lot of these companies before they kind of got super corporatized. Not that I don't enjoy some GTA 5 every once in a while, but like at the same time, like it's a little overplayed and overdone on YouTube. Like there are certain things that unfortunately, like after you see it for so long, it's like, yep, everyone's played that. Everyone knows what that is. It's not even something that's like there are certain things like Minecraft where it's like everyone gets a super, you know, great feeling about Minecraft, whereas like the mixed feelings that come with playing GTA 5, whether that be online. Like online is just such a hellscape. I tried playing with my friends not too long ago, and it's like, oh, you're doing something, you get blown up. You're doing something, you come get blown up. Doing something, you get blown up. So it's like, yeah, no, you ruined it. The whole idea of doing, like, you know, doing that bad thing, that taboo thing, that criminal activity kind of thing online with your friends, they ruined that whole thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if, you know, maybe we could get the right crew together sometime and me and Dad could have an awesome heist time or something. But at the same time, like, it would take the right people. Like, the broad community, just like Call of Duty, is just so damn toxic. There's a reason we had to get subscribers to take him through some of the stuff in Call of Duty Zombies, is just because there's so much elitism in a lot of those communities, and even though I might like some of the gameplay or some of the games in general, like, I don't really like dealing with a lot of that elitism. I do not play MMOs, me neither. It's too much of a time sink. I think I've never heard of Wizardy 8 on PC. There you go. You named something I've never heard of. I think the game came out late 90s or maybe 2000. Just pre-ordered Elden Ring DLC. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hyped for Elden Ring. I'm right now. I'm sure you're familiar, Rusty, but anyone else who's tuning in who is unfamiliar, I've been playing through Dark Souls 3. My whole objective was to beat Nameless King and then beat the DLC, which Nameless King definitely proved to be a challenge. I beat that days ago, a week ago. I don't know. I'm not the best with time, keeping track of time. Oh great! Just when you think you get to play with your evil lad. Do I have to remind you who's in charge here? The staff? Now say something threatening and try not to embarrass us like you did last time. Oh, I've been practicing. Watch this. Like I was saying, like, I played through a lot of that, and now I'm on the last DLC for Dark Souls 3, and I'm super excited. Oh, I love that little sprite. That guy's so cute. He's kind of chibi. Ahem. Who dares entered my lair? Uh-oh. Is that the messenger? Looks like it. What do we do? Steal the scroll. Of course. Good plan. On guard. Face the mighty might of Ruxton the Great. Every skeleton sounds like this in my mind. I just imagine that's what a skeleton would sound like. Skeleton. I remember Dad facing this guy. I definitely remember watching him do this fight. The mighty Teddy Ruxpin. Insert tape into my butt. Or into my backside. Like, I would never have a Teddy Ruxpin. That sounds very creepy. I don't know why that came up in your mind, but kick his ass. Oh, I got cocky. I almost did it first try. That's because I just got I got overzealous. you see the animation of that guy losing his shit? Oh, that was dumb. He's absolute. Alright, just gotta keep my composure. Oh shit! This is it, right? Oh, that was my bad. Misinput! Misinput! Oh, hell yeah! Shout out Rusty Bucket. Welcome to the buy us a bit of caffeine tier, man. Yeah, like Skippy said, mad respect for Rusty Bucket. Thank you so much. Well, Rusty Bucket, as a new member, I'll give you a little bit of an inside scoop. You see, we are gonna play Enter the Gungeon. I can't tell you what day, but we'll be playing it, so make sure you stay tuned. But because I'm excited to show that off for Game of Day May. That's one of my favorite games of the genre. Very, very fun. I'm excited to play that with Dad. He's gonna love it. It's got a good difficulty to it. But yeah, shout out to Rusty Bucket. Not only is he a regular around here, but Rusty Bucket is also now a member of the Buy Us a Bit of Caffeine tier. That gives you access to our Minecraft server if you're interested, as well as influence over the future of the channel, what kind of games we might be playing. You know, got shout outs, priority responses and stuff. I keep getting hit. Keep playing stupid. Whopping 107 time shards accumulated. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna love Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, like Skippy said, there's a Discord, a way for you to socialize with other members of the Vid-Bits community. Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2. He's gonna do the one from that side. Yep, I was already ahead of it. 1, 2. One, two, three. Alright, 1, 2. Come on, just a little bit more. 1, 2. Yeah! There we go! Big hype! That's a fun boss fight. All of these are fun. I'm not gonna lie. I watched Dad fight a couple bosses and they all seemed really, the mechanics were good, the gimmicks were good. It was fun. Wait, I don't. It's over. This evil thing is clearly not working out for us, no matter how many skulls we slap onto ourselves. Any suggestions then? I'm listening. I don't know, just something else. Like what? Introspection would be a good start. What has all this brought us, really? Ridiculous. I'm sticking to evil. Oh yeah? And how are you going to accomplish anything if I'm not carrying you? Well, I could. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It's settled, then. Carry on, messenger. We promise not to cause the world any harm. Yay, we get to spare him. Cool. I like being able to the villains that have like a cool personality to them, you definitely want to spare them, even when they're, or especially when they're like getting rid of their evil ways and moving on to bigger and better things. Sometimes people aren't evil on purpose, they're just evil by circumstance. And I think that's true in life even. Sometimes the people we view as enemies are only our enemies because of the circumstance and our perspective. So do with that as you will. I'm just glad that you know, that you guys are such a positive community and you're always striving for positivity and to bring others up and to, you know, be passionate about the things that you care about and work towards those goals, those dreams that you have, because at the end of the day, we want to inspire positive change. You know, even if it starts at, you know, you getting to the point where you drink a little bit more water and you're better hydrated. Shit. Well, okay. Makes sense. Alright, I'm in a safe spot. Lol, that guy that was competing against your dad was hardcore. Glad Pops went out though. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, a lot of people think that we sound similar, which is funny. It at least proves to you that we are father and son. I'm not hanging out with some random middle-aged man. Someone the other day was like, I think someone had said something about like, that's not your real dad, or this is an AI channel. I'm like, no. He's my dad. He sounds so similar because I'm his son. That kind of makes sense. Mint Daddy Pig, yeah, he was crazy. Pops also gave him his credit for getting that far. Yeah, Dad is never going to be one of those people who discounted the people who were on the way to the top, that were along his journey. Like, he wants to give credit to the people who helped him get there, or even inspired him to, you know, have that goal in the first place. Let's upgrade a few things as necessary. Yeah, I appreciate all the positive sentiments. But Rusty, you can also spam Chiefs now. You can drop the all of these different emojis. We've got Chiefs as well as Smokies, our beautiful cat. Those same emojis are available in our Discord as well. Enemies that sometimes drop a globe that restores 1 hit point. Enemies will sometimes drop a globe. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, we came from this way, so we should be going downwards. Yeah, Rusty, you now have access to all those beautiful guys, and you can spam them whenever things are getting hype, or if we have to go take a chief outside, you can drop some chiefs in chat with everybody else. It's a pretty cool little perk for our members. I want to be able to make it so you guys can have different badges and stuff. I'm just still navigating the settings in YouTube Studio. I'm very new to this full monetization game, but I'm glad that you guys are able to help support us and help, you know, make the content higher and higher quality, because ultimately at the end of the day that's what we strive for, is to raise the quality of the content one step at a time. and the fact that you guys are so passionate as to contribute to that, you know, it means a lot to us. We also had a, you know, YouTube gave us the ability to gift memberships, which was really cool. We gifted some during Dad's Pac-Man stream just to get people into it, to get people hyped. We had a couple regulars pop up. Cats Are Green was one in particular that I remember seeing their name pop up, as well as Greg Schneider. Shout out to Greg. He's one of Dad's close friends from back in the day. So the fact that Greg felt the need to support Dad just, you know, shows his friendship. That's very, very nice of him. You know, and this has even given them an opportunity to kind of reconnect because they haven't really talked in a while, and you know, that's nice too. So know that. Not this way, right? Yeah, I'm glad that you and your son have a good relationship because of gaming. It's a good way to bond with your dad or your son in your case. And I suggest anyone out there who, you know, has a son, or maybe they have a little cousin or someone that they know likes video games and they also like video games. I urge you to, you know, step out of your comfort zone and try to connect with those people. You know, any way that you can, even if it's, you know, a game you don't really want to play, even if it's a more childish game that, you know, you're only playing to pity that person, just to, you know, spend a little bit of time with them. Like, I suggest that you do that. I also suggest that you spend time with, you know, the older people in your life, whether that be grandparents or, you know, maybe your parents are a little bit older now, depending on your age. Like, if there are people who are getting older and, you know, they're still here, I urge you to appreciate the time that you have with them, because you know, sometimes you don't appreciate people until they're gone, and that's tragic. Not to get too much into personal stuff about me, but I had a friend who passed away, my buddy Parker, and I'll reference him from time to time on the channel. And he was such a passionate and loving and caring dude, and I didn't really get to know him until right before he passed away. So I think that kind of gave me the opportunity to kind of realize that sometimes, you know, people are only in your life for a limited amount of time, so you need to appreciate what they do for you when they're there. You know. And, you know, with that, I just want you to kind of take a step back from everything, whether that be your life or your job or, you know, whatever it is, and just kind of appreciate the people who are in your life and help support, you know, what you do, support you. Like, ultimately, like, shout out to those people at the end of the day, the people who help support you guys' passions, your love, your creativity, whether that be parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. You know, those people are the type of people who we really just, you know, sometimes we take for granted, and we don't even think about the impact that, you know, they have on our lives. Like, those people are just so very meaningful in our journey, so shout out to them. Just loving this. Kicking some ass. Gonna stand up real quick to stretch. It's always important to stretch. Stretch your legs, your knees, your back. Gonna take this opportunity to look at chat. Always dropping some of the best wisdom and life lessons. Gotta love it. Absolutely. Tomorrow is not promised. Every day is a gift. As far as PC gaming goes, I think it's just all preference. If we're talking pure fidelity and capability of the console, I can totally understand why people talk about all this hype about PC. But I have a PC, and as coming from someone who has a gaming PC, I play more console games just because of the accessibility. I feel like it's easier for me to sit on a couch and play a game than to sit at a desk and play a game over a long period of time. That's just me. I love playing FPS games on PC because, to me, you have more of a capacity to, I don't know, like your range of motion is entirely different. Like it's your whole arm versus just your joystick with your left thumb, or your left and right. Like the left and right joystick are your only inputs, whereas you're using like your whole arm to guide that with a keyboard and mouse. So for FPS games, or even games like Minecraft, I think certain games were designed to be PC games. I think that it totally makes sense, and I think PC, console, everything kind of has its place. And I guess even mobile. That's a scoff for me, but like at the same time, I'm sure there's some old lady who Candy Crush is making her so happy, and I can't discount the fact that she's enjoying a game. I mean, as hard as that is for some people to swallow, but that is some sort of gaming. It's just not on the same level of what any of us consider gaming, you know? It's just what level. But I think honestly it's all based off of your preference. I'll play on PC and then still play with the controller, so some people don't like that. Some people think that's stupid. But I play more games on PC with my controller than I do just on my PC, and that's a fact. But then again, we bought the Steam Deck, and it's been a hell of a... It's just been one hell of a sell for us, being able to have PC gaming kind of as a console. Steam is a fantastic library. Their sales, mwah. Valve really just loves the consumer. I think Valve and Valve's support for indie devs, Valve's first-party games themselves, fantastic. Valve is a company. I think that's one of those companies that I never really give those free shout-outs, but man, if Valve is one of those companies that always gets that free shout-out from me, because as far as caring about the community, they've always done it. Always. They've always cared about the community. The Steam Deck is pretty much for not super large games that aren't super large. It's for games like this. Games that are 3 to 5 gigs, that are indie games that are available on Steam, sometimes games that are only available on Steam, and it plays great. I record videos off of it, and it's easier for me to record a video off of the Steam Deck than to record one off of my computer, and that's just for me personally. I do appreciate PC gaming though, because some of my best moments are playing Terraria or Minecraft with my buds on my PC, so I have good memories. It's just I don't spend as much time there anymore, just because my PC a lot of the time is just used for content creation. Okay, on to the next chapter, Hollowing Grotto. Hopefully we get some more boss fights coming up. Yeah, but I would say, if you're someone who doesn't have a PC and is looking to get into Steam as a platform and start building your library for, or just to have a device that you can casually bring around, and as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you're able to you know, enjoy that. I'm loving it. Like, I just really enjoy the portability. It has a pretty good life. I mean, you can play games offline once you have them downloaded off Steam, so I've played a game like Skyrim off of Steam on a plane. So to have, you know, 3 or so hours with any modern game, you know, that's a pretty good sell for me currently. But then again, like, I know they have newer stuff, but the build on this thing is also just so high quality. The thumbsticks, I've had it for, you know, 6 or 7 months, and no build issues, no quality issues. I had more problems with the Switch than the Switch Joy-Cons than I have with the Steam Deck built-in controllers. So, I mean, that's all I'll say about that. I just love being able to you know, just have it, you know, play a little bit here and there, or sit down and play a whole game. That was cool. I feel like I could just tear through and play this whole game. It's that good. Like, it's just a bunch of platforming goodness. I appreciate this game so much. Just look at chat real quick. Holy crap, someone's playing one of my favorite obscure games. Yeah, Dad got me the Steam Deck as a graduation gift. Yeah, Phoebe. I love The Messenger very much. It's a fantastic platformer. It has some damn good music. And the dialogue, fantastic dialogue. Some of the best dialogue since Undertale. Just my opinion. I mean, and if you like Undertale, Dad went and played Undertale in its entirety on day 4 of Game of Day May, one of my favorites. He sat down and beat that in an 8-hour playthrough, which is pretty good time-wise. It actually inspired me and him to take on the concept of doing a 2-player speed run where I do the genocide run and then he does the pacifist run right after it. I don't know if anybody's done that. It's almost like redeeming ourselves after we do something horrible. Yeah. Yeah, but shout out to Phoebe, the new subscriber of the day. Or, actually, I can't assume that, but the new viewer of the day. I hope you do subscribe, though, because we've put a lot of time and effort into the channel over the last 2 years, and we've been playing a lot of obscure indie games, just trying to give them some love, playing those games that we spent, you know, a bunch of time on, or games that we've heard a lot of hype around. This is one of those games that I watched my dad play, which Dad also appears on the channel, and, you know, plays a lot of games with me here. It's, you know, a co-op project between both of us. But this is one of those games I watched him enjoy so much that it inspired me to play it myself. And I don't know, I don't think it has that long of a play time. I feel like I could sit here and play the whole thing right now. It's that good. Concealed chainmail chest piece that makes you more resistant, or I'm gonna do this one to save money over time. It seems like a good investment choice. Welcome, Phoebe. Yeah, we need some likes, y'all. Please hit the thumbs up. Aw, I appreciate it, Rusty Bucket. Much appreciated. Yeah, I can't believe it's been a year since I got my... Oh, shit. Dropped my controller. Not good. Can't believe it's been a year since I got the Steam Deck. It's been a year since I graduated. Wow. Anyways. Why am I skipping this? Sorry, I don't have enough contextual data. I meant to say something that would make sense regardless of whether you had already used the wingsuit to ride the wind tunnels. That's funny. What's wrong with you? I gave you something that virtually lets you fly and you'd rather stay here and chat. He's talking all this smack. Wait, can I say something else? Any stories to share? Do you have any stories to share? Of course. Here's one for you. There once was a king who had a pretty rough time managing his emotions. Real, very relatable, experiencing nothing but extremes. He would always feel either too excited or too depressed, which caused him never to get anything done. Or to never get anything done. Just as he was about to lose all hope getting his life together and be a viable ruler for his people, he was visited by a traveling relic hunter. To rid the king of his woes, the relic hunter gave him a magic ring, promising it would make him sad when he was happy, and happy when he is sad. It worked like a literal charm, and the king became very prosperous as a result. When the king passed away, the castle's wizard promptly grabbed the ring to finally try and understand the source of its power. As it turned out, the ring wasn't magic at all, but how could a non-magic ring make you sad when you were happy and happy when you were sad? Any guess? Not really. It had a small inscription that read, "This too shall pass." Whoa, that's deep. And it's true. And I think a lot of people have probably heard of that story, and it's true. Just as much as this moment of sorrow will not last forever, and and it will pass. This moment of triumph, this moment of happiness, this moment too shall pass. So it is kind of deep. It's more than deep. I just gave you the cure for anxiety through a fairy tale. Thanks, shopkeeper. Hey now, don't push it. Yeah, but man, I love the dialogue in this game. It really just makes you think, and ultimately, I feel like a game like this just needs to get more love. And Game a Day May is all about games that need to get more love, or games that maybe have gotten the right amount of love, but just need to be continued. They need to get loved a little bit more. Love it, appreciate it, and I feel like ultimately try to, when games are in this position where they're first coming out, give them that shot, that first, give it a good first impression, and that'll help get the game off the ground, and more games like that will continue to be made as a result. Like, I'm so glad that people gave Cyberpunk a chance. I knew that was going to be a good game. I knew even after the initial problems it was going to be a good game, because it was made by the people who made The Witcher, and people love that game. I've never played it, but I knew it was going to be a good game, because I had watched the trends. I had been like, people had talked that The Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever made. All this, that, and the other. So I just, after you pitch the story, you pitch the fact that Keanu Reeves was involved, I knew people were going to love that game. They just, it almost failed because of, unfortunately, lack of bug awareness, lack of time, pushing the deadlines. I feel like it's probably pushing the deadlines, or not realizing that the developers need a little bit more time. And I think this saying will always read true when the fact that a game that is rushed will always be a bad game, but a game that is delayed and fixed can become a good game. And I feel like that's definitely a true sentiment. Little secret here. See how chat's doing. People complain too much when games launch and there's bugs. One of my favorite games got so much hate when there was bugs, Callisto Protocol. I've heard of that game. I've heard good things. But likely only because people gave the game time. I'm sure I wouldn't have heard good things if there wasn't time. Because if people were still talking about Cyberpunk based off of initial impressions, that game was a broken mess. But the developers were given time to improve, and I think there was even a DLC or something announced, which a DLC is only worth its existence is only worth it only proves its worth to exist if the game by itself was already a good game, and by extension you want more, instead of it being oh, this game is half-baked, let's fix it through DLC, or let's add the things people want later, when after the fact, and as like damage control, or like a little band-aid. Like, no, that's not going to help now, you've already ruined the game, kind of thing. But if it's just an addition to be like, oh, you want a little bit more? Like how Cuphead does it. It's the delicious last course. After you've finished your main meal, which is the game, there's a little bit more. There's just a little bit more. And, you know, that game is actually what I attribute a lot of our success to. Shout out to Cuphead and Studio MDHR. Because, you know, Dad told me when he first heard about the Cuphead DLC being announced, he's like, this is going to be a big deal. And I'm like, you're totally right. And he's like, we should cover this for the channel. And we did. As soon as we could, as soon as we were allowed to record content for the game, we immediately played the whole thing, the whole DLC in a very long stream, or a long series of videos where we started. It was before we started streaming. I think it was before we had the means to the internet and everything. Our internet was very low quality then. We were doing what we could, but with that, you know, like we were able to kind of lay the foundation for what the channel is now. And, you know, one of our most popular videos was, we had no commentary, and it was just people judging us off of our pure gameplay, and it was us playing the delicious last course, beating Chef Saltbaker. So that video continues to grow, so I'm just so glad that people loved that, and they were so supportive, because if we would have gotten, say, on that early foundational level, if we would have gotten some, you know, super criticizing comments that were to, you know, possibly would have thrown us off, or it would have been, you know, upsetting. Like, I don't know, I'm just glad that any negative comments we ever have gotten have just motivated me more, because only the people who are successful get negative comments. People who are unknown, or people who nobody cares about, those people don't get hate comments. Nobody knows who they are, so why would they want to hate them? If you're getting hate, it's for a reason. So guys, if anyone's out there trying to stifle your passion, or to prevent you from growing, just try to separate yourself from those people and realize that you're only getting hate because you're being successful and you're making moves. Like, that's always when the hate starts coming. Or the fake love, unfortunately. The fake love definitely starts in that same kind of time period when you're making moves, trying to improve yourself. Like, because there are going to be those people, you know, in your life when you start being successful that just kind of hop on and act like they were always there for you when they weren't. And you guys totally know that. You can probably already think of people that, if you were successful, would be doing that, which is horrible. But everyone could probably think of at least somebody who would be like, yeah, I was there for that, I helped to make that happen. Whereas we're always here trying to let you guys know how you really did impact, help build the foundation of our channel, and help us help consistently create motivation for us, because we're motivated because we know that we're at that point where you guys will be disappointed if you don't hear from us, if you don't see an upload. Not in a pressure kind of way, but more so in like you can't let our fans down. We can't just you know, sleep all day. We can't just do nothing. Like, whereas there were days where we would do that. You know, everyone does that. But to be at the point where you guys really motivate us to get up every day in the morning, and you help keep us motivated for the future, ultimately, like with our you give us inspiration for future projects. You let us know what games were super important to you, so therefore if they're inspirational and enough for you to, you know, if they inspire you in your life enough for you to tell us about it, for free, not sponsored, it's not like you're sponsored or anything, you just want to tell us about it. You really care that we as people experience this game, and me and Dad are just so happy to be in the position to play you guys' favorite games. Like Phoebe said, we're playing one of their, you know, their favorite games, the most, you know, an underrated indie game. Like, that's ultimately the whole vibe we're going for on this channel, is just showing off the underrated stuff, appreciating the things that we value, the games that we think are important, and ultimately trying to build a community of people who also appreciate those things and love those things as much as we do. With that being said, we're gonna crush it this time. I just know it. Let's check chat. By the way, all games on Game a Day 25 is awesome. I want to see them all. We'll definitely cover all of those games on the channel, but even if they don't end up showing up on Game a Day May this year, or maybe they show up next year. You know, ultimately we have a bunch of games that we love and a bunch of games that we haven't played yet. We have a backlog that's so extensive. That's one of the things that me and Dad care about so much as far as gaming goes, is trying to help people tackle their backlog. Maybe they just watch the stream once and be like, man, this game really is worth being in my backlog, and I should play this. I should like actually add this to my catalog for, you know, game time now. Or maybe you're like, man, I've watched enough gameplay of this to live vicariously through them, by them playing it. Now I feel like I have experienced what I need to experience with this game to move on to another game. Or maybe a game is just not your thing, and you know, you can still appreciate how other people would enjoy it, or what's important about this game, but you're not going to necessarily play it in your own time, and that's totally understandable. This game's been in my backlog forever. Like I said, I got it for like $5.99 on the Steam sale, and I was like, I gotta play this. And it just happened to be that I was waiting for the right time to play it, and waiting to play it with you guys. Is that it? What's happening? Okay. Nope. Well, chap. Holy shit. I just hope me and Dad have motivated you guys to give some love to some indie games. I'm so glad to be in the position to show off some games that I think deserve a little bit of recognition. Like the fact that I followed Rooftops and Alleys on Instagram for a while before it premiered, and the fact that we were able to actually showcase that game the day it launched, and that happened during Game a Day May. That's just so awesome to me, because that's exactly what Game a Day May is about. And the fact that I was able to show off a game that I cared about, and I was, you know, putting my time and effort supporting on the side for months, to see that game come out and to, you know, give that indie dev, that solo dev some love, like that's just so awesome. No way. You know what? Fair enough. I see how you could have thought I was a threat. I guess my survival instincts kicked in a little too fast. I understand. It's all good. Look, I'm sorry I destroyed your golem, okay? Don't worry about it. I mean it. I'm sorry. It's alright. Honest mistake. So, how do I get out of here? Oh, I'll advise the win for you. I'm stupid. That says adjust. I'm so dumb. Why did I say advise? This is one of those things that you kind of have to learn from when you're live streaming and when you're making content in general. Is sometimes you'll make mistakes. Don't trip over it. Just keep moving forward. I'll adjust the win for you. Good luck on your quest. I appreciate it, guy. And I appreciate you guys. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor of the video. You, the Vid-Bits community. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and Dad throughout our efforts, over these 2 years. It's just been so awesome to have you guys be a part of this community and to help lay the foundation, the ground level, really help start something that we've been thinking of and we've been trying to put into motion for a long time now. Like Dad said, it's easily been 5 to 7 years since we initially talked about this concept, and the fact that it took this long to be in a position to continually support that passion and that idea and nurture it, I'm just so glad. I think that it's all been worth the wait. It's all happening when it was supposed to happen, and I'm just very grateful to be in this position. Like I said, shout out to Rusty Bucket, a regular subscriber around here, and now the newest member of the Buy Us a Bit of Caffeine tier, joining Musicus Dominion. I think it's awesome to have those guys because they both have been very integral in the upbringing of the channel, just as much as the Skippy the Bards, the you know, the Matthews, the Williams out there. Shout out to you guys. You know, you guys really just, you help motivate me and Dad more and more each day by showing your support, by being here consistently for our streams, and really caring about the channel, because it is a community effort, and it's not just, it takes you guys caring about it as a viewer, and it takes us caring about it as creators. Once one of us stop caring about it, it becomes something that's no longer worth the time, you know? Like if I stop caring about the channel, I shouldn't do it. And I know you guys recognize that. If we lost that motivation someday and we needed to take a step aside, I know you guys would understand. Whereas there are those people that are like, no man, I couldn't stop. You know, this makes me so much money, or this gets me so much attention. How can I stop? And it's like, no. And if it's not healthy, then you gotta stop. And I think you guys would know if that we were hitting that point where we stopped being healthy. And because we never want to reach that point where we're not taking care of ourselves, or it's obvious that we're not having fun anymore, you know? And that's why you'll see me so quickly turn a game off or change the goal of the stream before I would get angry. That Doom playthrough, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna sit there and have the endurance to beat all of the first Doom game in one stream like I did a couple months back. A couple months back I sat down and played Doom 1 and it took me like 8 hours or something, which is not a good time, and it was really stressful and I didn't have a great time, and for some reason I thought I was gonna do that again, and I actually kind of humbled myself and realized I didn't want to do that. I was not having fun anymore, and since I was not having fun anymore, then I was just gonna be like, okay, I'll stop it at the end of this current chapter. You guys will get the point. I'll still be able to showcase Doom as a good game, as a game that helped lay the foundation and, you know, the helped kind of set the trend for FPS games going forward. But at the same time, I realized it was not going to be fun for you guys to watch if I was getting super angry. Like Dark Souls, that's where you expect me to get a little angry. And even then, I do a pretty good job not getting super pissed in the Dark Souls playthroughs. Insert T-Rex in party hat. This boss gave me so much trouble the first time. I know this pain too well. Must have been epic when you beat him. No way. Awesome. I feel bad for the Golem guy, says Skippy, but also we are the ones who need to express our appreciation. This channel is here for us in dark times, saved many lives, and keep us entertained. Aww. It's very heartfelt, Skippy. I really appreciate it. I'm happy every time that I turn the stream on and I see you, you know. Having people like you and you know, others in chat just like who are here now, you know, you guys helped save our lives. And like, I can't say that there was a period of time in my life where I woke up and I did not know what I was going to work on as far as my passion goes. I knew that I would be okay if I had to work some sort of job that, you know, on the side to help financially support things in the meantime, you know, when that happens, and it will, because I will need to help, you know, be able to just put a little bit more into the channel. So when that does happen, I'll totally be up to the task. But in the meantime, to be able to be here full time on the channel, and to be able to set that groundwork, to set that foundation with Game of Day May, with other series like this, with Dad's Road to #1. You know, it's just so important to me that you guys are so invested and, you know, you guys care so much, because this is the channel that I always wanted to watch as a kid. I always wanted a variety gaming channel that was like this one, because at the end of the day, like, it seemed like everyone had their own thing, and it really wasn't as diversified as people thought it was, like, kind of claimed it to be. Like, YouTube was a diverse platform, but people seemed to only care about those trendy games, or those games that everyone was playing. You know what I mean? Like, and that just didn't really make sense to me, because there were games that already had been out for years, and these developers that hadn't gotten their flowers per se, or hadn't gotten the love, or, you know, recognition that they deserved in the moment when they released the game. And it was just sad to watch as those people went underappreciated, and games that were just stupid and trendy got appreciated by everybody. you know, don't get me wrong, there's definitely a time and a place for stupid trendy games, but at the same time, like, if there were so many games at the time that had already come out that people weren't appreciating, and they're just now getting to the point where they recognize how awesome those games were. And, you know, based off the fact that people have bought games that we've suggested that they play, based off the fact that, you know, people are interested when we play games they had never seen before, like, that shows us that we're doing the right thing for the industry and exposing those games that are really important to us, or games that we, you know, either look forward to playing or on our backlog, or games that we've played, you know, played a time or two, but just generally enjoy so much as to want to show you guys the game. And there's always gonna be a little something for everyone. And I'm glad that we don't lean too much into certain titles because, you know, of the fact that they may not bring me and Dad as much joy. I'm glad that we still stay within our realm of enjoyment, but at the same time, we do go out of our comfort zone and play those games that maybe aren't our favorite, or aren't gonna be like something that is our favorite game in the long run. But we may come to appreciate how that game could help somebody else, or what that game would offer for somebody else. Like I said earlier, I don't play MMOs, but for someone who's looking for one game to show year or even lifelong accomplishment in, that's what an MMO is for. An MMO is one of those games that you want to be able to say, like, hey, I've been playing for 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 years, and this is my character. Kind of like a D&D campaign that goes on for a super long period of time. Like, it's the longevity of it. And if that's what you want, that's what you get into an MMO for. Whereas I don't need to work a game like a job, because I'm already trying to, you know, work the channel as a job, but mainly my passion. You know what I mean? I put a job's level of dedication and love into this project and into this channel in general, but it's not like I'm expecting a job's level pay, because I'm getting paid in satisfaction, in socialization, and appreciation. Those kind of things all are the ways that I get paid. You know what I mean? And it helps build the bond with my dad. You know what I mean? Like, there were periods of time in my life, like, where me and Dad didn't have that close relationship. We weren't playing games together all the time. So to be at the point where, you know, we've fully healed our relationship, and we really do spend a lot of time together, and really do have a strong bond, like, the channel has helped that by leaps and bounds. You know what I mean? It's helped Dad's mental state. It's really helped Dad find a meaning in life, you know, because he's put so much passion into video games and so much passion into, you know, things of this nature. So, like, he's been waiting for this platform to tell people, you know, the important things, tell people they're valuable, let people know that they matter. He's been waiting so long to tell people who were in the same position as him, who needed that advice. He's needed that. He's needed that platform. And YouTube is that platform. And I'm so glad that once I pitched the idea to him 20 different ways, from 20 different angles, eventually we got to the point where we came together. We saw how important it was that we did this, like he always says, maximum right now, pow boom, in the moment. And I'm just glad that you guys have all been here to just kind of enjoy the slow ride, because I'm not rushing to be, you know, super well known, because then it's like I don't get to show as much individual appreciation for each and every subscriber, or it'll take a lot more time and effort to do so. And, you know, and I'll keep up with my people, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's not like I'll be able to reply to every comment. I'll be able to address everything said in the stream chat. Whereas now, I see every comment. I talk to every person. If a new person comes along, I talk to them. You know, whereas it does get to that point where it's so much people, where it's harder for you to do that. So I'm never gonna rush to the point where I want to be, you know, millions and millions of views, and the stress that comes with disappointing an audience of that scale. Like, I'm just not ready for that. I'm ready to, you know, continue paying my dues, you know, and just be there for those who need us, because like I know that there were channels that really helped me, like you said, helped save my life, helped me in periods of time where I really was vulnerable and I really needed, you know, someone, a shoulder to cry on, a place to laugh, a place to cry, a place to think. That's what I needed, and our channel has become that for many people, and all across the world. I found, not just in the United States, not just even in, you know, North America. All across the world, we have people who we've reached and people we've impacted, and that's something that, you know, I don't think we'll ever be able to truly express how that makes us feel. The type of appreciation and love we have for you guys as our community. I don't know. You know, it'll take a while for you guys to fully get how big of an impact you have. So shout out to, once again, to all our members, Rusty Bucket as the newest Bias a Bit of Caffeine tier member, as well as Skippy the Bard, just the GOAT. Skippy the Bard is the GOAT, a great guy. Really appreciate to see him in stream every time he shows up. Wow, I thought I was screwed right there. I'm gonna take a second to look at chat real quick. Respect the channel goal of playing the non-trendy games. Intentional dialogue is way better than forced. No line should exist without some consideration unless it's flibberty-dibberty-doo. Nice input from Dad. But yeah, ultimately the channel goal is the same goal I have in life, and that's just to wake up every day and make the place better than the way you found it. Make the world, the internet, you know, this space just better than the way you found it. And that, like, as far as when I wake up every morning, I want to make someone else's day better. I want to make someone happy. Ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to wake up and make someone happy. Just let them know that I care. I see them. They're valuable just as being a person, and I want to see them succeed. I let everyone in my life know that. I'm such a passionate and such a caring individual, and I feel like we're finally at that point where we can tell the right people who need to hear it that little piece of info, that they are valuable as a person just for being them. And with that information, when they start valuing themselves more, they can start pushing themselves to really work on those things that they've been passionate about their whole life. That thing that you really know that you wanted to make a big impact in, whether that be sports, whether that be music, whether that be gaming, content creation, whatever it is. That thing that you really feel like you want to make an impact in, that culture you want to, you know, help contribute to, you too can be in that position where you're making an impact. You just have to try, and you have to take that first step. Okay. I'm a mushroom, please. I'm just an innocent mushroom. I see you. And I also really want the internet and people in general to realize how awesome my dad is, because he is such an accomplished gamer, and you know, all the time as a kid I would just be talking about my dad's gaming accomplishments, and my friends would be like, really? Really? He does that? He's really that good at Mario? He can really beat Mario, the original Mario Bros, in less than 6 minutes? He can, you know, if you add up all the times, he can really beat all Mario Bros 1 all the way to World in less than an hour? He's able to do that? And I'd be like, yeah, he is. I've seen him do it. You know, maybe not, he hasn't been able to, you know, perfect the perfect run and play all the games back to back yet. But there has to be a goal. There has to be room for improvement, you know? Like, if there isn't a goal, then there's nothing to work towards. And after his Pac-Man accomplishment, working on his Mario speedruns is the next goal. So I hope you guys are just as interested in seeing him do that as you were in his Pac-Man journey. He currently is the number one global highest I think highest ranked player in the world. Like, just crazy sauce in Pac-Man Megatunnel Battle Champs. Which he literally started that as a first impressions for the channel just because he heard it was coming out, and it ended up becoming one of his favorite games, at least for right now. He's really trying his best to build a community for that game, at least for the people who want it. Unfortunately, it got so much hate because they had shut down Pac-Man 99, and a lot of people loved that game, and because a lot of people love that game, this game kind of gets hate being the successor to that. But I digress. Yeah, as always, act with your money. They will listen. Do not help support those shitty games that are subpar, that really don't deliver. Don't support those games that cost way too much the microtransactions. Don't support those games that are over monetized, that don't care about you as a player. Don't. As if you don't do it, if your friends don't do it, if you try to influence everyone you can to stop doing that, we can help make the industry better. We really can. Speak with your dollar. Stop buying those games that don't live up to the hype and never do. If you know a certain game is like, oh, they always do this to us. They always do this to us. You can't rely on the publisher or the person who makes the game to make a quality product. Then stop buying them. Stop bitching and stop buying. If there are two things that need to be said, really, like, stop bitching about it until you stop buying them. Now, with that, we've finally beat this boss fight. Big hype. Now, wait a second. Cactusy. Who do you think you are? I'm Quillable. This name makes no sense. Why have I never seen you before? I was exiled a long time ago when I got cursed along with my messenger. That voice. Are you out of here? You bet. See ya, sucker. Okay. Well, that really makes you think. Searing Crags. Yeah, once again, shout out to Devolver Digital for making some of my favorite games. I feel like you should just go on their page and look if you want to know what games in particular. I don't think I need to speak to this guy right now. Wait, I think I lied. I do need to speak to him. I don't know. Does this mean you have another dialogue trap for me? What? Oh, so you're just going to try and steal my character like that? I guess you think you deserve a prize. Well, you do. Plus, you'll never be able to make the climb without the rope dart. The rope dart? Don't overthink it. Everyone will probably end up calling it the grappling hook anyway. Here. You got the rope dart. Press B to throw. Try it on rings, lanterns, walls, and enemies. Thank you, sir. Our awesome rope dart. Get over here! Speaking of awesome indie games, I suggest you follow the development of Fallen Aces, made by New Blood Interactive, as well as Mouse. Two awesome upcoming games that I've been following in the meantime. It used to be 3 games before Rooftops and Alleys came out. now that game's out in early access, and I urge you to check that one out as well. It's a very fun parkour free-running game made by a solo developer. I just love a game that gives you these this equipment, and just like it's so easy to quickly add one into your into your arsenal. You feel like you already know how to use it just right after you get it, which is awesome. It feels like it's very intuitive, the control scheme that is. Alright. Like Dad said, I'm really good at platformers, so a game like this, or Celeste, or Super Meat Boy is totally my bag, totally my jam, because it just makes me, like, get better, and it helps me improve at other games, because being good at one platformer makes you good at a lot of other platformers that control the same way. Oh, that was dumb. Once again, shout out to you guys, the fans, for helping keep us going. If it wasn't for your continual support, I don't know if we'd have the current level of dedication that we've come to expect from ourselves. Like, I feel like you guys really helped me and Dad level up in real life. Like, just become more accountable with ourselves, you know, take our time more seriously, and ultimately just become better people. Because not that we weren't good people before, but I feel like I always can become a better person by learning more and more, and you know, trying my best to learn from any given situation, whether good or bad, you know? Sometimes a situation seems like a horrible thing to be happening to you, and then you realize in retrospect that you learned a lot from that, and if it weren't for that growth, that development, and that you learning, like, you might not be the person you are today. Well, oh, I have to come and attack that spot from above. This is fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun. Oh shit. Oh. I guess I should just go the long way. There we go. Good stuff. Yes, more secrets. Oh! More secrets. Secrets galore. The bard had to procure a snack in the form of cheese that is torched by the hot iron plates of the domain known as the kitchen, sandwiched betwixt 2 pieces of bread. Skippy, a lot of these games are games that we're either actively purchasing or have purchased. We have PlayStation Plus, as well as Xbox Game Pass, which some games we do play off of that, but I have a lot of these games in my Steam library. There are a lot of games that me and Dad either have in our PlayStation or Xbox libraries respectively, so they're just games that we've accrued over time. We have a lot of these games physically. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. There have been plenty of games, though, that we've had to go out and buy physically or spend a little bit of money on a marketplace to purchase digitally. Checkpoints will restore hit points up to 5, and I need this. I need this. But yeah, ultimately that's how we get our games. It does take a lot of time, money, and effort to get a lot of games. Luckily, with Steam and stuff, it's easy to get a lot of titles. But as far as our older collection goes, for more classic games, I don't know if you know, but we have a quite an extensive NES collection, as well as, you know, just some more classic stuff like early PlayStation, some RPGs that Dad loves. We have a small but pretty choice Super Nintendo collection. We also have the minis, the Super Nintendo Mini and the NES Mini for some of our older content. But yeah, like I said, most of these games are games we either own on our digital libraries or are games that we have access to through some sort of subscription platform. And then, like I said, or we are just outright buying it. Like Castle Crashers, for example, we've played that game so much, and a long time ago I bought the remaster whenever it came out. Whereas something like, let me find an example. Wow, we really do have a lot. We did just have a lot of these games. Say something like, what's a game that we bought more recently? Princess Peach Showtime. We had to go out and buy that right, you know, when we could, and play that for the channel. Because we knew, and like, we knew that we were gonna play that. And there are certain games that whenever we see them, we pick them up, just because we know that we're gonna be able to spend a good amount of time on the channel with it. No! Gosh, if Dad isn't dedicated to getting the attention of Moist Esports, he's such a big fan of Moist Critical or Penguin Z0 Charlie. I'm sure as many of you have come to know him, but I think it's you know, it's optimistic. That's all I'll say. Dad is definitely optimistic, and I appreciate his optimism, and I really think one day we can have that sort of reach. But he's right. As far as like esports goes, the leaderboards and speedrunning side aren't really appreciated under esports as much. Oh yeah, mountain life is a blast, but I miss seeing adventurers pass by. I hear ya. Remember humans? You bet I do. They were almost as interesting as obvious foreshadowing. Oh look, a human. Who would have thought? Obvious foreshadowing. Their names are Kolos and Susis. Colossus. See that scroll? Hey, little guy, are you the carrier? Don't be silly, Susis. Everyone knows it's the runner. You're confused, Kolos. I'm pretty sure it's the envoy. No, you misconstrued, Susis. It's actually the emissary. Come on, Kolos. I think I remember it being the courier. Seriously, Susis, how about we agree on the message bearer? Can do, Kolos. Want to test the message bearer's sportsmanship? I thought you'd never ask. Let's see what you got, little guy. He's back there doing push-ups. Wow. Okay. Damn. He rolls into a ball and then his buddy kicks him into an elbow drop. That's pretty badass. Welcome everyone. Hello. Hope you're doing well. If you're just now joining us, we're playing The Messenger, a favorite platformer of mine, inspired by great platformers that came before it, like Ninja Gaiden. It's very fourth wall breaking, and I love the dialogue. It is currently day 23 of Game a Day Mini, a series that me and Dad started on the channel where we show off a different game every day for the month of May, just because we feel like these games really deserve love and admiration, because these developers put a whole lot of time into making them, and ultimately we just want to showcase the games we care about. Oh! Bare ass? Bare ass. Okay. Bare ass once again. They seem to have some sort of shared health bar. They're gonna switch out again. I could not avoid that. That's on me, guys. Welcome everyone. Hope you're doing well. I think this will unfortunately be the last boss that we do on stream here, just to give us some time to be able to play this with Dad and play this on stream together. This is Game a Day May really is just an excellent start to many series to give us the opportunity to kind of plan the rest of the year. It's at a good point in the year where we can kind of use it to start the schedule for the oncoming months. But ultimately, it's great to be able to get some work in on a game like this, and some solid work at that. We've fought multiple bosses this stream. It's been very eventful, and it's really just shown off what this game has to offer, and that's just some amazing sound, awesome music, dialogue that's just hilarious. you know, everything that you really could want from a platformer or just a modern retro-inspired game like this. Fourth wall breaking dialogue. Wow. Come on now. Trying to get as much damage in as possible. Old school arcade style, they're flashing red. That's how you know they're low. Swap out, guys. Ooh, straight beamer. We're gonna swap out one last time. He's pissed. That one's one that I'm not the best at dodging just yet. We got this, guys. Alright, I got this. Just gotta focus. Gosh! That attack is wild. It bounces! Chat, it bounces! Is there any upgrades I can do? At least spend those credits before they go away. Oh shit. Alright, he's flashing. Good sign, good sign. Bad show. Jolly bad show. Come on, switch out. I didn't drop down. Skippy the Bard says, relentless boss. Indeed, indeed. It definitely is a relentless boss. It's another endurance test. You gonna smack your ass at me again? This is the guy I have to be more worried about. just reminds me of classic Capcom music here, like Mega Man and other fantastic Capcom soundtracks. Heavy inspiration from Mega Man here. In the platformer aspects and the gameplay aspects, just all around. I already saw that attack coming. Okay, switching back again. Going into enrage mode here. Okay. Oh shit. Got more hits in. They're switching. Oh shit. They're switching again. Oh, they missed the switch? Wow. That was badass, man. What a climactic way to wrap up the stream, showing off one of my favorite platformers of all time due to all the features that I've mentioned throughout this series. I have a link in the description taking you to the Steam page for this game if you'd like to play it yourself. It's been so awesome. I can't wait to continue it on the channel at some point. But yeah, we've won the respect of these Colossuses, or Colossi. And that guy's teabagging out of joy. They're gonna help us out to get to the top of the mountain. Thanks for the workout, little guy. Now don't move. This might sting a bit. Hut. And there we go. On our way upwards to the top of the mountain, which is crazy because that's kind of our MO around here. Like Macho Man Randy Savage always says, the cream of the crop rises to the top of the mountain, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! I don't know. Macho was always an inspiration to me growing up. Let's sit by the stew until the thistle is fully grown. And this is where we're gonna leave off for the next time we play The Messenger. If you're interested, we will certainly be playing it in the near future because this game is not too long. It's a good little journey. It's something to sink your teeth into, to appreciate and have fun with. Once again, shout out to all the people who stopped by through the duration of the stream. Shout out to Devolver Digital. Shout out to I feel bad that I don't know the studio name, but that's just because they've only made a few projects now. Shout out to Sabotage Studios. Just wanted to let that be known, just showing some love. This game has been so much fun. We've got some achievements today. Got a little bit of achievement action, but it's been very satisfying. But as always, it's been Bray. This has been day 23 of Game a Day May. Peace.